Oh yeah. Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. That's right. Just this past week, got out to see Jason Aldean absolutely kicking ass. Absolutely loving life right now. We are breaking records. I want to share it with you today. So we're going to talk about our September 2023 numbers. Let's go back in time real quick. We're going to talk about what we did 5 years ago, where we're at today. I'm going to show you all of my numbers, and we're going to summarize some of the trades for September, and then I'm going to show you a trade. This is the one I want you to stick around for. I'm going to show you a trade that I recently talked about, UPS trade, that has gone south. A lot of people have asked me about it. We're going to talk about it. Where are we at with it? You know, I did the video. I was all hyping how I was going to make all this money. Well, the stock has fallen, and where are we at now? I'm down on the position, but we're making money. And that's really what I want to share with you today. Look, whether I make money or not doesn't matter. I'm the one accountable for that. What I want to impress upon you is that even though we get kicked in the nads on some trades, we don't give up. We stay the course. We keep selling premium. So, hey, look, stick around. I know you're going to like this one. Oh, baby boy, I'm jacked up today. Let's go ahead and get to this. I want to go back in time with you. This is 2019. If you remember, I started back in 2016. Selling premium, writing covered calls, selling cash secure puts. Started my first YouTube channel, and here we are. Talking covered calls ever since. Some 450 videos later. Now, back in 2019, that year I generated some $49,000 using about $225,000. So that was basically what people were telling me. They had about $225,000. I'm in retirement. The idea was I'm in retirement, quote unquote, and we're going to try to generate income based off of a portfolio that had about $225,000. Back then, you could see the months were absolutely up and down, and they were so fun, man. I never forget having so much fun coming on YouTube, showing you cats what I was doing. So excited. Many of the months we would hit our goal of $2,500 a month. You can see here in November, did not hit $2,500, but the very next month we hit $2,800. I was really geared towards I'm going into retirement. I need to generate income. How am I going to do that? Writing covered calls, selling cash secure puts was the way I was going to do it. And do we have a track record of that? Right? Back in 2019, the track record wasn't as solid. I'd only been doing it for about 2.5 years, making gains every single year. You know, we went from 18,000 to 25, 29,000, and then here we are in 2019 making $50,000. And I'll tell you what, I'm feeling jacked. Now let's fast forward to where we are today. And for a lot of you that know, I am in retirement. I retired last year at 55 in December of 2022. We got a hold of our 401k, which now is an IRA for which I've set up to sell premium. We're able to write covered calls, sell cash secure puts, and I have the account set up where I can buy call options so I can use the poor man's covered call. And now we're using a little bit more money. Now, for most of the year, I've been using about $450,000. I'm on record of that. I show you this every single month. Well, this month, we've upped the game, and apparently I'm using about $600,000. Well, of course I am, because I have made $140,000 this year selling premium. So, of course, my bankroll is getting bigger. I'm using more money. I have about 25 trades. That's basically on pace for what I've done all year so far. I'm going to show you the breakdown. That works out to be $15,594. I'll tell you right now, I could have taken off a trade for about $450. That would have put me over $16K for the month. I did not do it. We're going to save that for October's payday. It is a numbers game, right? So I made 2.6% based on that money invested. And you can see all of the trades that I made using my selling premium portfolio. We did a lot of trades. And look at that, only one red trade this month. But that doesn't mean I'm not down on positions. And I want to make that very clear. We have positions that are absolutely down 30% or more. But hey, they're Leaps call options and we know the game. when a stock falls, a Leaps call option will fall based on its delta. I'm using the 95 or better delta on most of my Leaps call options. So as the stocks fall, my Leaps call options fall even further. That's okay. We stay the course. We're writing cover calls. That is ultimately what I'm going to share with you later when I show you that UPS trade that I talked about a couple videos ago. Did I mention, if you like what you hear today and you like generating cash flow or the idea of generating cash flow in retirement, subscribe to the channel. Man, I come back every week, show you timely and relevant trades of a real dude that is trading in real life. All right, I want you to take a look at where we have been. Where we have been since we started this YouTube channel. This only goes back to 2019, but there's 2019, 2020. That's per month. That's selling premium, writing cover calls, selling cash secure puts, and we're winning or losing. You can see I have some winning months and more winning months, and then we have a couple non-winning months. It hasn't been many. This year, absolutely destroying every single matrix I ever wanted. And you can see right here, $140,000. That's where we're at right now. Never forget, back in 2020, the year the stock market absolutely crashed, 110,000. Came back the next year with about 104 on top of my game. Look at that. February, one of my biggest months ever in 2021. That held the record until this March, for which I knocked down some $28,000. So look, at the end of the day, it's all about generating passive income, or as passive as we can get, using the stocks and the cash that we own. We're going to use that. We're going to sell premium against it. Oh, by the way, while I'm talking and yapping, you're all staring at this number right here. You're saying, look, how did you go six figures, six figures, six figures? What was this all about? Well, they call it the 9-to-5, and the 9-to-5, as I was winding down into retirement, got so busy, absolutely so busy, I just absolutely got destroyed. I was really just playing crumbs, man. I remember some of my members would say, wow, man, you're just picking up crumbs. You're doing what you say, but man, this is a brutal year for you. It was still 57,000. We'll take it. Hey, by the way, I do have a membership, and if you're interested, go to cptdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard. That's where all of my members see all of my trades. They get all of my stock commentary. They get all the videos you don't see on YouTube. In fact, where I have trade ideas and trade ideas that I do, they get those and you don't. So look, it's super inexpensive. And if you go there, cptdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard, I have a 1 free month offer for you. I mean, look, dude, you go there, you sign up, you get a 1 free month offer. And hey, look, if you don't like it, you want to move on. Look, I'm not going to needle you. I'm not going to needle you to stick around. But what I'll tell you is this. I have members that have literally been with me for 4 years running. It's a membership like you have never seen. You see all my trades in and out. And when I do small ball accounts for my kids' portfolios, you get those trades too. Look, those are all trade ideas because those are all the trades I do. And you get the stock commentary. You also get access to the upgraded CTB dashboard, for which nobody has access to unless you're a member, where you can research your next great cover call candidate. It is so unique. There's nothing like it in the world, to be honest with you. It is the upgraded CTP dashboard. Go there, cptdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard, get your 1 free month. Would love to welcome you aboard. All right, let's take a look at those September trades. All right, this is my total income tracker. Again, you can download my total income tracker from my website, cptdashboard.com. We use this on every single trade. This is my P&L. It is about the most transparent P&L you'll ever see on the internet. Basically, I put on a trade and we basically close the trade. Every single line item is an open trade, closed trade, and it is what it is. So with that said, I also let the members know why I entered the trade and why I closed the trade. So this is what we did. We did about 25 trades. We had some stock sales. We had some dividend collection. You could see the purple represents poor man covered call trades. Green are standard covered call trades where I own the shares. And the red is a cash secured put. I have not used the cash secured put much this month. I only had one trade, pocketed about $1,000. We were assigned the shares. You can see we went ahead and wrote the covered call immediately. That's what we do. When we're assigned the shares, we immediately write the covered call. We're not in the business of speculating. When I own shares, I write a covered call. We do not speculate. We do not buy and hold. We own shares. We then write covered calls against those shares. The poor man's covered call is the same deal. We're just using leaps, right? And we're absolutely knocking it down, making so much money with our leaps call options. Now, with that said, we are down on a lot of these, but some of them are about even money. Not worried about any of this because we have expiration dates that are well into next year. Now, of course, everybody wants to know about the UPS trade. This is the UPS trade that I trumpeted, making all that fat money in one of my most recent videos. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to show you my poor man's covered call tracker for my UPS trades. Then we'll talk about a recent trade that I put on for which I believe you can make money on right now. So let's go and take a look at my poor man's covered call tracker for UPS. And now I have individual poor man covered call trackers for every trade. What I hope for you to do is go to my website, CPT Dashboard, download your own poor man's covered call tracker. And then what you do is if you have multiple trades going on, multiple trades with different companies, you go ahead and create trackers based on that. So these are all individual based on the stocks I'm using. So I do have the big boy, the 10 contracts that we talked about in that video. But what I want to tell you is this, and I want to show you my new trade for which I went ahead and dollar cost down. I bought 5 leaps call options. I went ahead and wrote a new covered call. So on both of these trades, I have written covered calls and bought them back. Well, now I'm in the process of writing new covered calls against those leaps. I haven't done it on the 10 leaps call options yet. I hope to do that this week. I did do it on the 5 leaps call options. So let's go ahead and bring that one up, and we'll talk about that and the trade just so you can get a flavor of how we use a leaps call option for the poor man's covered call, generating near-term covered call cash flow as if I own the shares. Let's go ahead and talk about this here. This is when UPS was trading for about 160. And I went ahead and bought that 120 in the money leaps call option. Paid $41.50 for it, and I bought 5 contracts. So I have about $20,000 invested in this. Okay. Stock was trading at 160 and now it's trading at 155. So we're down about $6. My leaps call option right now is trading for $35.40. Now, the reason for that is because the leaps call option is a 96 delta. So when I got involved, when the stock was trading at 160, my leaps call option was 141. It's the 96 delta. Well, the stock's fallen $6, so has my leaps call option value. So that's where we're at, and that's okay. I get it. That's what we do. This isn't a one-hit wonder. Sometimes I love for those poor man's covered call trades to end in one trade and we move on. That's great. But in this case, we're not going to do that. We have to put on a couple. And as you can see, I put on 2 so far. I have one that's active and one that I closed. And as you can see, after I made a quick adjustment, turns out I made $370 on that very first trade. It didn't go long. I put on the trade September 14th. I think I closed it literally within a week. Stock had fallen such, we went ahead and bought that back. I probably bought it back too early. But with that said, we'll take that $370 and fast forward to where we're at now. We're now at the stock trading at 155.87. I go ahead and write the 160 covered call. This is my next trade. You can see it. And using the 160 strike, for which I'm in at 160, I get $3.04. That's going to be $1,500. And if we were to get out of this trade at 160, my leaps call option for the most part would be around fair value and or 41.50 where I got involved. And when we do that, you can see that this trade will be a 9.1%. I think the trade will effectively be on for about 2 months. So that's where we want to be with poor man cover call trades, right? We want to make sure we're making anywhere from 9 to 10% every single trade. Now, whether we make that per month, that's not necessarily realistic. If I'm going to close this poor man's covered call trade, would love to make 9 to 10%. While we're here real quick, and before we go to the charts and show you why I picked this trade, let's go ahead and take a look at an AMC trade for which I'm doing that you'll see exactly what I mean. We use a Leaps call option as we go along until we're profitable on the Leaps call option. We do this until we run out of time, right? Every Leaps call option has an expiration, so we are going to do this until we run out of time. Let's take a look at my recent AMD trade, and you'll get a feel for exactly how I do it. And this will be a great example. I got involved with this Leaps call option on AMD back when it was trading around 112. That was July 20th. We use this Leaps call option to generate all of these near-term covered call cash flow, money on the table trades. And right now, the position is down. AMD is not trading at 112 anymore. My Leaps call option is not trading for 50 anymore. It's trading a near 35. So the idea here is if the stock can get to 113-ish, which would basically be the stock price for which I entered the trade, I would essentially come clean on this where I make all these covered call premiums, plus I would come clean on the Leaps call option. And when we do that, even though I make nothing on the Leaps call option, look at what we make in covered call premiums. Now this was July 20th, so can you imagine if I run this out until January? I mean, we still have 3 to 4 months on this thing, and if I'm generating this kind of premiums in this short a time, you could really see this could be an absolute killer trade, maybe even making some 60% if we keep going. Now, that's an AMD trade. I got many trades on the books. Let's go back to that UPS chart, and I'll tell you exactly why I love UPS right now for a covered call trade. We love using the Keltner channel because the Keltner channel shows a stock's trading range. There's no compression for which a Bollinger Bands chart will show you, whether it breaks out or not. It shows you a stock's trading range. And this is over a year. And look at what it does. It trades along the middle line. And every time it trades below the line, you want to get involved. I mean, this is not rocket science. It falls down below the middle line. It finds itself above the middle line. That's what these shadows are. And quite frankly, they're pretty bankable. And we happen to be in the bottom range of its trading range. So if you're thinking about getting involved with a stock that's trading low, you might want to look at UPS. Now, what I'll tell you is this. It has broken support. So where support's at now, I'm not sure. I think if we pan this back, you'll find that UPS probably traded around here at some point. So I think with this thing trading at the bottom of its Keltner channel, you know, we're getting in a more favorable position, lower than high. It has an RSI of 37. So it's not overbought. And UPS is a huge company. We know this. We're coming into peak where there's going to be tons of shipping volume for the holiday season. Look, I don't know if this thing moves tremendously higher, but what I know is this. Wall Street loves that fat dividends. I think they pay like $4, man. At some point, they get involved with UPS. And I'm going to bank on that, right? So at this point, I got my Leaps call options. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my expected stock move calculator that all the members get for free. And I'm going to pick the appropriate strike price for which I believe in the next 30 days the stock will move. And going back to my covered call that I wrote, I showed you that I wrote the 160, which makes the trade profitable for me using those Leaps call options. I'm no worse for wear. This is going to be a 9% trade in basically a month and a half. We'll take that every day of the week, and that's what we do. So if you ever wonder how I'm generating some $15,000 a month, it's using great stocks, and we just keep staying the course. UPS right now, if I had to lose cash, if I'm going to get involved with UPS, I want to be involved down here, not up here. And right now, all of my alerts are telling me this is where I want to be involved. So great covered call might be getting involved right here for me and then doing the 160 strike, which seems to be pretty easy to hit. And we have our shares taken away. We make max profit and we move on. I'll tell you what, UPS will be one of those stocks that you can absolutely trade throughout the year. Golly, every time it gets below that middle Keltner channel line, we go ahead, we get involved. And quite frankly, if we own the shares, when it's up here, we write a covered call, knowing it'll probably peel off. We keep all of that premium as well. Like, this is a game. We play the game as efficiently as possible, and we generate the near-term cash flow, paying the bills, living the good life. Now, hey, look, if you liked anything you heard today, I want you to go to cptdashboard.com, click Upgraded Dashboard, get your 1 free month. You know, my next video to the members is going to be a great trade, a great poor man's covered call trade on Morgan Stanley. And I'll tell you what, I might take an extra position in that. I already have 10 Leaps call options, making money. I might do that again. Absolutely love sending the members trade alerts that I might do. Hey, look, if you liked anything you heard today, subscribe to the channel and bang that like button. Lets me know you like what I'm doing. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy, most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.